I've always imagined, because example, did you go to university in Nigeria?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
I went
I
to
think I'd
all
be a
my
better
schools.
person if I went to my dear Uniben that I was supposed to go to.
Okay. I went to Unilag and Uniben. Okay. Now, if I go to either of those schools and I ask for my results, I may have to wait 1 year because somebody needs to drag themselves up, go to the archives, and well, if only the archives was organized, they will easily find it.
This is a great question. It's a great question.
Okay. See, I've always thought about this.
Yeah.
Now, this makes it easy for everybody to understand what you're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
And how important it is. Because at least every one of us have gone to a school and we struggle to get records from those schools.
Yeah.
Okay. If I go to my secondary school, I will struggle to get my records. The same with my universities.
Yeah.
And in this era, those things should be easy.
Yeah.
If we do what you are saying. So tell us how your work can help us in those spaces.
What's fantastic about this question, and what's funny, but I don't think you even know how fantastic this question is.
I know.
Okay, good. So, what happens there is that in some instances you are digitized.
Okay.
You are not digitalized.
Again,
right?
that confusion is still there for me. But
yeah, no, I'll use your question to clear it up.
Good.
So basically, your reports have been put into a database.
Yes.
But there's no process and workflow that will allow you to access those reports without going to manual. So what happens in Nigeria a lot of times, or Africa in general, in the world sometimes, and we have to fight against this, is that the process gets offloaded back to manual process, right?
Yeah.
So it's quite possible that all your records at Unilag actually sits on a database somewhere.
Yes.
It's not in paper. It may be in paper, so that's not a problem. So if it's in paper, it means it needs to be digitized.
Okay.
Right? But if it's already digitized and you still can't access it and you still have to go through a human to get to it, that means there's no workflow and there's no process around that data.
Yeah.
Which means that data, that process has not been digitalized. There's no digitalization. So you are now lacking the process that will get you. So the process, when you log on to some schools and you put in your former student number and they will charge you money because that is a revenue generation process.
Yeah.
And you pay that money and all of a sudden, bam, your transcript, your results is all in front of you. That is the result of digitalization.
Okay.
Right. So what tends to happen sometimes is that we digitize, but we don't create a process. And we don't create a workflow. And in essence, we lose value because all these schools in Nigeria can ultimately start charging
and make small money.
Yes, online. In fact, when they check your IP address and see you are coming from abroad, they can charge you more money. We're not charging you money.
They charge US residents and UK residents.
Exactly.
Extra.
We'll charge people who are sitting in the abroad and the overseas more money because because it will be big money to you. But ultimately, I think if you pay $30 to get your transcript in Lagos, you'll be very happy because I have heard people who have flown into Nigeria just to get transcripts.
Just to get that, exactly.
Because it's very important. So you probably could give me $100. So we're actually losing revenue because we haven't gone through the process of digitalization. So your question basically gives the essence of the difference, right? Okay. It's one thing to take the document and scan it in, and you now have it in a server, and somebody can sit in the machine and pull up that data. And it's absolutely something else when you now create a process and a workflow that leads to revenue generation for the organization, right? So when you now think of bigger companies are going through different, digital transformation incidents to be able to create better revenue with their core products, right? Yeah. So, today you have done something that's going to make your product more valuable. Tomorrow you do something that's going to make your product more valuable. These are all optimization of processes.
Yeah. That's why when I first saw you transition from what you were doing to a digital evangelist. I said, okay, now we have started.